ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Mount Carmel High School Stadium, where tonight the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes will take on the Blue Mountain Eagles in what will be the last home game of the season for Mount Carmel area. And as is our past practice, we'll bring you the award winners first. We're going to have with us tonight, first award winner of the Breakfast Club Back of the Week, was selected at breakfast this morning. We have number 41, Eric Trocchi, and we want to welcome you. This is your first time as a Breakfast Club winner. Last week was a big win against Pottsville. Let me ask you, we all commented from up there, and when you're up there, you're pretty far away. Was it as hard a hitting game as it looked like on up in the stands?
Oh yeah, it was a real hard hitting game.
You think they were one of the toughest teams we faced this year?
Yeah, they were probably the hardest hitting team we played this year.
It looked like it. Well, a couple of their players went out of the game with injuries, I understand, that are out for the season, so we were doing our share of hitting too. We saw you in the beginning of the season, and you came to us and were basically a defensive player. You shuttled in and out at fullback, and then you were not at fullback for a while. We understand from Coach Dimnick this morning that you're going to be seeing a lot of running tonight at fullback. Does that make you happy?
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Do you prefer offense or defense, or no preference whatsoever?
I prefer defense. I like giving the hit instead of taking the hit.
Yeah, okay. You practiced all week now. It was a bad week for practice. You're coming into Blue Mountain game. The Eagles are 4-4 just like we are. They like to have a winning season. I'm sure we are. What's your opinion as far as this team's spirit, and how's it look for tonight?
Well, we're up high again, and if we keep our stingy defense alive, we're going to be a rough team to beat the rest of the season. Okay, thank you, Eric, for stopping by. Good luck tonight, and good luck the rest of the season. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Breakfast Club Lineman Award winner, and of course, he's a second-time award winner for this year. He won last year also. And we have, of course, with his big 75, Wild Bill Maher, and I, of course, dubbed him Wild Bill. Bill, you've had some excellent games in the course of the season. And again, you're a senior. You've played a lot last year, so you knew what to expect. You're paired on the line, and you've gone offensively, defensively. You kind of do a lot of everything, but I think defense is probably where we see you most. Is that where you're most comfortable right now? Yes.
When you play on offense, is there a reason you go to offense, or you're just you're spelling someone, or someone gets hurt? How is it that you get on the offensive line?
I was starting on offense, then Rocco came in, then he got hurt.
Oh, so you're back again tonight?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. As a senior and a guy that's been through the wars last year, of course, an excellent season last year, you've got some young guys you're working with this year. Do they look to you a lot as somewhat of a leader? Do they ask you a lot of questions when you're on the field in the middle of a game?
On defense, yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
And I mean, you kind of take them under your wing and show them what they should be doing, and they respond?
On defense.
On defense.
We're pretty well.
We look at Mount Carmel area, and your senior year now, you're 4-4. You play a team that's 4-4 tonight, and they're a good team. They've beaten the same Crimson Tide team that you guys beat last week. How do you see the rest of the season going for us?
7-4. That's our goal
4.
from here on in.
Okay, Bill. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck tonight. Give him heck. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the last award winner from last week at the Pottsville Crimson Tide game, and of course that's big number 87, Tom Kulik. Tom's in his senior year now with us. Tom didn't play last year, but was on the team prior to that. So it must be a big thrill for you to come back, onto the team in your senior year and actually win a starting position. You starting at defensive end most of the time. Am I not right? Yeah. We understand now so many players are in and out of the game, Tom, and with the injuries and all. Do we expect to see some of you on offense again for the rest of the season?
I doubt it.
You don't think so? Is defense what you like to play? That's where you want to be?
Great.
The KMC players are graded the same as the Breakfast Club players, and you had come so close, I think, in several different games. And, you stand out in our mind because you make the big play. It seems that no matter who we're playing, win or loss, I see Cooley go in there and either block that punter, get close, or knock a quarterback down. Is that what you do best?
I just try to do my job. That's it. And good things come.
As a senior player, and again, we're 4-4. We see Blue Mountain here, we're 4-4, and I talked to those other guys. How do you see the rest of the season go for us? I mean, we come in tonight's game. We got 2 more games down the road. What would you say would happen to us?
Well, we've been having good practices on. If we play like we could, we should go. We should win the rest. If we play like we could.
Let me ask you one question now, because we say your name so many times on the punt.
Yeah.
It seems like you know something that nobody else does as far as getting in on the punt. How does that happen?
I don't know. I just try to line up for the best angle to go for it, and I just miss it by a step or so usually.
We're going to hope you get one tonight, Tom. We want to thank you for stopping by, and good luck tonight, okay? We'll see you. Okay, of course, we have with us Coach Dimnick, and we come off a big win last week against Pottsville. I just talked with Eric, and he said he thought they were the hardest hitting team we might have faced all year. Was that your impression of the game?
Well, Pottsville perennially is a strong hitting team. As I said last week, they're a very well-disciplined team. They're always well coached, and they've got good numbers, and they've got good people. So they're going to come at you, and they did hit hard. And of course, I think we hit pretty hard too last week because I know they felt it after the game. In fact, during the game, because we laid a number of their kids out.
Yeah, I was going to say several of their players left the game. We saw last week. We saw a lot of players play offense for us, which you had told us was going to happen. Do we see the same thing for this week against the Eagles?
Well, it'll be the same guys that played last week, hopefully. Except we might have a problem with Bo. Like, I don't know how much he's going to play if he plays at all tonight. Bo injured his back a little last week, and he's been questionable, right up until now. So I really don't know what's going to happen with Bo.
Well, aside from being the fullback, and Trocky just told us that he expects to see some time at fullback tonight. Who will do the punting chores for us tonight?
That'll probably be Blassie. Blassie will do the kicking for us tonight.
I understand we also, on the injury front, got some bad news on Rocco Chicatano during the week.
Yeah, I inadvertently missed his name last week. You're trying to cover things, and Rocco, unfortunately, they discovered a crack in a slight hairline fracture, I guess, in his ankle. After they looked at the X-ray the second time, I believe it was, or he was X-rayed the second time, and he's in a cast now. It's coming off next Friday, so he might get back for a week for the last game.
Well, that's good news. But we turn ourselves to the Blue Mountain Eagles now, and they're 4-4, the same as we are. They've also beaten a Pottsville Crimson Tide team. What do we expect from the Blue Mountain Eagles tonight?
Well, another tough football game. Every game we play, this year has been a tough game, and this is no exception. Blue Mountain's got a misdirection on type offense. They have one-back offense, but they're always putting guys in motion. And it causes a problem on the defense because you've got to defend four potential pass receivers on every play. So that makes it it limits your ability on defense. You can't do a lot of things that you like to do. We like to do a lot of blitzing, a lot of firing, and this is going to slow us down because now we've got to watch those four receivers.
As practice went this week, and I said the area was a tough week for practice with the rain and everything, but you've been doing this a long time now, 30-some years with this team. This is a young team. You knew it was young. You were the guy that said that in the very beginning that, don't get our hopes up too high. Do you think now that the confidence level that you would hope for, they're finally starting to get to? Does it seem like that at practice now?
Well, it seems that way. Warren, usually when you say something, it backfires on you. But
yeah.
but they've been playing well, and they've been playing with some confidence. Of course, we haven't fallen behind. The last two games, we didn't fall behind. Pottsville didn't score on us, so we were never behind in the game, and it took us a while till we did score, got into that fourth quarter. But the kids played with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of intensity, and go back to the North Schuylkill game, same with them. We didn't fall behind in them, and we played with a lot of spirit, a lot of enthusiasm. So hopefully, it's a turning point. Maybe they have that confidence that I said they needed all along, and got to believe in themselves, and we're just hoping it carries over tonight.
I hope so too, Coach. Thanks for stopping by again. Good luck tonight.
Okay.
We'll see you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as is also our practice at our home games, we've invited the opposing coach, and he's graciously agreed to come over and give us a short interview. We have with us Coach Jim Shields of the Blue Mountain Eagles. Coach, your team is almost a mirror image of the Mount Carmel area team over this season. You're both 4-4. You had a big win over, which for you was a big rivalry with the Pottsville Crimson Tide. Probably like us in Shamokin would be you in Pottsville.
Exactly.
But you've also had some inconsistent games, the same as we have. What would you say as we come into tonight against Mount Carmel? How do you feel?
Well, we hit a slump there in the middle. We've had quite a few injuries ever since the Pottsville team we played, and we've been sort of experimenting with a lot of different people due to injuries. It's just been a bad year for that kind of thing for us because we did have higher hopes than to be 4-4 at this point. But we're starting to get a couple of people back healthy, and I think the last week or so it's made us a little more consistent. So, hopefully we'll come out here and have a good game with Mount Carmel.
Well, Mount Carmel area presents, I guess, a different problem than usual. Mostly Mount Carmel area, when you've played us, are going to run the ball down your throat and force you to stop them. This year we've seen over the course of the year, and I'm sure you saw in the films, is we're more of a passing team. When need be, we will pass. Now, it's our understanding, we have the coach Dimnick with us in the morning, it's our understanding that your defense might be particularly vulnerable to a good passing quarterback. Now, I don't know if that's...
Well, we've had a couple problems with that lately. But I think we've gotten some things ironed out, and we'll see tonight. You can take note. But, yeah, we've had a little bit of problem with that. We've been pretty good against the run. We've had some people play up front that are pretty quick, and they're getting to the football. So it'll be interesting in that sense. Yeah, and the Shedleski kid throws the ball real well. I remember him in track because I coach track, and he's a good javelin thrower. So he's a nice athlete. So, yeah, they have been throwing the ball more.
Are you a healthy team coming into tonight's contest?
We're healthier than we've been in a few weeks, but we're not as healthy as we were when we played that Pottsville team. We still have our best running back out, a linebacker out, a tackle out. We've had to go with younger kids, which made us go from a senior team to we've got actually more younger kids playing than we do seniors. But we've had that for the last 3 or 4 weeks, so they're starting to come on. So we're semi-healthy.
Well, that pretty much can be the same thing said exactly for Mount Carmel area, so it should be evenly matched tonight as we go into the contest. We want to wish you the best of luck, and we want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you very much,
Okay, we'll see you.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Silver Bowl. Before tonight's game, we're going to first honor the varsity cheerleaders with their parents. Our first cheerleader is Angela Flannery with Mrs. Dolores Flannery and her grandfather, Peter Ibanez. Second cheerleader is Amy Fry, accompanied by Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Fry. Our third cheerleader is Jean Henry, accompanied by her mother, Diane Henry. Next cheerleader is Tammy Kaler, accompanied by Mr. and Mrs. Gary Kaler.
4 years, accompanied by her parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Mazurkevich. Tanya Mychak.
And now we have Carol Matakaitis with her godmother, Mrs. Gloria Radzai.
Alicia Prophet, 4 years, accompanied by her mother, Mrs.
Our next cheerleader, Sue Mazurkevich, with Mr. and Mrs. John Mazurkevich.
2 years, accompanied by her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Timko.
Our next cheerleader, Tanya Mychak, with Dr. and Mrs. Dennis Mychak.
Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Stanley Schuler.
Next, Alyssa Prophet, with Mrs. Anita Prophet.
By her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Albert Woodward. And Brenda
Next, we have Rayanne Shimko, with Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Shimko.
Karen Healy.
Next is Jean Zuller, with Mr. and Mrs. Stanley Zuller. We next have Krista Woodward with Mr. and Mrs. Albert Woodward. And Brenda Yezerkevich with Mrs. Karen Healy. We now will cover the band. First we have Denise Bass, accompanied by her brother, Mr. Joseph Bass.
Son of Mr. and Mrs. Charles Barnes, 4 years in the band.
Next we have Chris Barnes. He's son of Mr. and Mrs. Charles Barnes, and he's been in the band 4 years.
Vice President of the band, co-captain of the color guard, and a member of the indoor guard.
Our next senior band member is Jennifer Devine. She's daughter of Mr. and Mrs. James Devine. She's been in the band 4 years. She's vice president of the band, co-captain of the color guard, and a member of the indoor guard. Our next senior is Janelle Duda. She's daughter of Ronald and Joni Duda. She's been in the band 3 years. She's historian of the band, color guard captain, and a member of the indoor guard. Next, we have Kendra Lubeski, daughter of Chris Roche. 6 years in the band, and she's a drum major.
And treasurer of the band.
Our next senior member is Renee Miller. She's the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Miller, has been in the band for 5 years, and is now treasurer of the band.
The band and the band president.
Our next member is Jason Repko. He's the son of Sherry Repko, been in the band for 6 years, and is president of the band.
Joe Tamburo, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Tamburo, 6 years in the band.
Our next member is Joe Tamburo, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Tamburo, and he's been in the band for 6 years.
Mark Wasakowski, son of Mr. and Mrs. Al Wasakowski, 3 years in the band.
Our next senior member is Mark Wazakowski. He's the son of Mr. and Mrs. Al Wazakowski. He's been in the band for 3 years. Next we have Dave Woomer. He's the son of Linda Woomer, and he's been in the band for 4 years. And our last member, Carol Matakaitis, 4 years in the band. She's a member of the Color Guard and the Indoor Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1990 senior band members and senior varsity cheerleaders. We'll be back in a second. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania for tonight's game between the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes and the Blue Mountain Eagles. A cold, blustery night. Temperatures expected to reach in the low 30s. There's wind out there about 20 miles an hour blowing from the left to the right when you start watching your screen, and that should affect the game tonight, maybe, Warren.
Well, it should be the Mount Carmel Area High School Shiver Bowl tonight. Believe me, it's definitely cold down there. I'll be absolutely truthful with you, though. When you talk to these kids, and I asked them, a couple of times before last year and again this year, they don't seem to mind it at all. I think the fans are the ones that mind it probably more than anything. But when you're on the field, I guess, you're worked up, you're out there playing, you don't really mind the cold.
Blue Mountain comes into the game with 4 wins and 4 losses, and the Tornadoes also the same. So both teams have been up and down this year. However, Pottsville was defeated by both teams, and I guess that's a focal point we can look at and say that, if you look at it that way, it could be an even game tonight.
Well, Coach Shields told me before the game as we were interviewing, I said, you're 4-4, we're 4-4, and he said, well, they fully expected to maybe have 2 losses by this time instead of 4. They lost some games they didn't expect to. They played Pottsville, which is a big rivalry for them. It's like us and Shamokin. They beat them 14-6. So they're proud of themselves, but he told me what happened was they ran into injuries, and since they're a small team like we are as far as numbers go, when you lose 3 or 4 guys throughout a year, sometimes it's enough to hurt. And we also understand that we'll be seeing a different quarterback play this game than we did in the previous 8 games for them. So they have a lot up in the air. They're forced to play a lot of young guys is what he told me. So he wasn't exactly sure what to expect. But they've played us tough now in the last couple of years, and I'm from the looks of them, I think they're ready to play us tough again tonight.
You spent about 5 minutes practicing their names.
They have some great. They
you
always
like
do.
those, right?
They have some great names. I remember
quarterback.
them in basketball.
You know what the quarterback's
all
name is?
No.
Sigenfuss.
Sigenfuss.
But you like the receiver's name better, right?
I know. I remember Doug Hinterschnitz when he played basketball. I didn't realize he had a brother, but he does. So you'll be seeing him too.
Hinterschitz, huh?
Yep. Chris Hinterschitz is going to be playing He'll be number 80, I believe.
Tornadoes will be kicking off tonight. 21 is Fantini's kick. Taken by number 21, Lance Rotson. Breaks it up the middle and stopped on the 40-yard line by number 63 of the Red Tornadoes, Ed Schultz. First down and 10 on the 40-yard line. Warren, I see you're carrying a football rule book.
Yes. I'll get into that as soon as this play's over.
Sigenfuss's pass complete to number 21. Good for the Blue Mountain first down.
I'll tell you, at Breakfast Club today, Coach Dimnick explained that play in front of us and said to us that he would bet us that if they ran it tonight, we'd forget to cover him dragging across the middle. And we did.
Is that a back coming out?
That was probably a back or an in. I didn't see where he came from, but they're going to drag him right across the middle kind of late and hit him quick. And it's amazing. And he was right. We did.
That's the drag across the middle again. Received by number 11, Todd Bender. Stopped by Greco over there. What they seem to do is put a far receiver out, Warren, and take your cornerback out there, and then just leave that gap open in the middle. Is that what he talked about?
Well, see, they're kind of an unknown quantity because they have a new quarterback. This is the first game for him. He was changed late in the game last week, but now you're seeing a new guy. We don't know how good he is.
Motion in the Blue Mountain line. So we'll have a dead ball foul, a legal procedure against the Blue Mountain Eagles. I'll move the ball back to about the 33-yard line.
Up until this point, they were not known as a passing team. Now, they opened the game with 2 passes right away and moved down the field, so this kid might be a revelation as far as passing goes. And if he is, he's going to give us some problems, at least until we can adjust to him.
Ziegenfuss drops back again. Kulik in on that time. Greco was covering him, but reception made by number 15 of the Eagles, Matt Madeira.
Now, 15, he was the quarterback last week, and he was the starting quarterback for the entire season up until the second half of last week's game. But this kid shows a nice arm, he really does. He's going to be a problem.
First and 10, Blue Mountain Eagles on about the 11-yard line. They can make a first down without scoring a touchdown. Number 45, the ball carrier. We don't have his number. Tackled by Shedleski on the play for the Tornadoes.
What I think, unless you see a number 40 out there, and I don't at the moment, my guess is that 40 is 45. 40 will be Rasmussen.
Rasmussen.
I'm almost sure that's what it is. They just have a different number on their away uniform.
Rasmussen again, hit initially by Scott Paul and then finished off by Wild Bill. Also number 37, Sinkovich, and 41, Trocky.
Scotty Paul really made a nice play there to get in there and hold him up enough so the rest of the guys would get him. Costello went into the game and he's replacing
Bobby Veach.
I don't know how they're doing.
I think they just wanted to go heavy with. I think they're expecting a run again, but
it's odd when you see them come out like that.
Third down for the Eagles. 9:07 left in the first quarter. 47, the ball carrier for the Blue Mountain Eagles. Again, a number we don't have. They found some other numbers somewhere tonight. Stopped in there by Mike Fantanarosa. They're going to be faced with a 4th down and about 2.
They're going to call timeout, Bob.
Timeout called by Blue Mountain.
Coach Dimmick making a second trip out.
Right, he went back out. He wanted to let them know something.
It'd be big to hold him here. Believe me, you don't want him to put a score up this early in the game on us.
Quarterback in motion, in for the touchdown for the Eagles. That's Ziegenfuss. Blue Mountain setting up to attempt the extra point. Well, it's a mix. They're going for 2 over there, and he gets them in. It's one of those trick plays where you make it look like you're going to kick, and then you go in for it. So 21, Lance Rotson goes in for the extra 2 points. So Blue Mountain Eagles 8, Red Tornadoes 0. Brian Reichhardt kicking off for the Eagles. Taken down there by number 32, Fantini, right up the middle. He's got a gap and one man to beat. Does a nice dig move on and taken down on about the 36-yard line. Great run, Jason Fantini. Good blocking by the line in the middle.
Yeah, it was.
There.
He went right at the gut, too. Everybody sealed off. If he wouldn't have had a slow down for the safety valve that was left back there, he would have scored. Oh, great play by Jason there. Really good to see him make a good run like that. And that brought some life back into his life, you know, dropping to 8-0 so quickly. That's what we needed.
Handoff to Sinkovich around the right side. Good for about a 2-yard gain. Stopped in there by number 74, Cole Lafferty, and number 88, Chris Mattis.
This is a team that I said to Coach Shields before the game that their defense is 5-2 straight. A lot of blitzing, a lot of movement from the linebackers up close to the line. I asked him if they were susceptible to the pass with that kind of defense, and he kind of agreed that they were. A good passer could hurt them.
Oh, the ball comes snapping out of Shedleski's hands. Looks like it's recovered by the Eagles, and it is. Ball recovered by number 31, 21, Lance Rotson.
That was unfortunate there. We had some steam.
Well, we had the nice
momentum.
run back, the steam to get you going, and then for a fumble there, it makes it tough. Ziegenfuss back to throw. Hits number 21. There's a fumble on the play. And it's still going. I don't know. They blew their whistle awful quick there. The ball was still rolling around, and they blew the whistle.
All right, that was a fumble, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to call it the way it was. That was a fumble. I don't even need the rule book that somebody gave me to tell you that. Absolutely, that was a bad, quick whistle.
Well, Blue Mountain's going to get a first down on the 46-yard line with 7:22 left in the first quarter. Emmerich's in at quarterback. Ziegenfuss is out.
Emmerich's been in at quarterback.
Oh, has he?
I don't know why they keep saying the other one. He's not changed.
11 has the ball. 87.
Ball carrier was Todd Bender.
No, Emmerich's been the quarterback, Bob. I
Ziegenfuss
don't know where
didn't start?
Ziegenfuss came from. The public address system is
Okay.
saying Ziegenfuss, and it's not.
Well,
Emmerich replaced Madera as quarterback.
I think
last
what
week.
happened is we had some changes in numbers here, too.
Well, their program is
right.
completely screwed up. They
Right.
don't have any of the right numbers there.
So that's where that all came from. We had been told Ziegenfuss was a quarterback. Second down and about 11, 6:38. Could be Ziegenfuss with Emmerich's number. Long pass downfield and just out of the reaches of number 80. Chris, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hintershits.
Right.
I like that name. I'll tell you what, though, all kidding aside, that was one heck of an athletic family. I don't know how many more there are coming up, but I've watched them in basketball now for 3 or 4 years. There were a couple of brothers there, I think, and now we're seeing this one. So a lot of athletic talent there.
He's a junior, so he'll be back. Third down and 12. Emmerich back to throw. The big rush on it's a screen pass, but covered nicely in there by Blossy, but it was dropped by number
Scotty Paul made it.
Scotty Paul.
Scotty Paul made the play, really. He was in too quick. They didn't hold him up enough, and he couldn't complete the pass with that kind of pressure. That brings up a 4th down and 12, and we're going to see the first punt by Blue Mountain Eagles.
On a night like tonight with the gusty winds, it's hard to tell how far the ball can go.
Yeah,
you get it up in this wind, and
it's rough out there now.
It can go an extra 10 yards without even thinking about it.
15 is back to punt.
Madera's punt sails down toward the goal line, taken on the 15 by Joe Greco. There's a swarm of Eagles there taking them down on the 14-yard line.
So he got a good. You got a good kick out. Now there's going to be an unsportsmanlike
Flag on the play.
Unsportsmanlike penalty coming up here. Someone said something right as they were getting off the pile or did something. The flag flew immediately, and we're clapping our hands. And that's the only thing it could be.
Here's the call. We have a dead ball, 15-yard personal foul against the Blue Mountain Eagles.
There it is.
That gives the Tornadoes a break, brings the ball up to the 29-yard line.
Someone got a little excited there is what it kind of came down to.
Up the middle of Sinkovich, and there's a hole there, and he breaks it up for a first down and more.
Oh, he's a good runner. Look at him. Look at him fight for that yard.
Gained about 11 yards there, stopped on the play by Madera. We got a personal foul against Blue Mountain again.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm not sure what's going on down there, but
I'll
they're
tell you what
doing
it is.
something.
It's a lack of discipline somewhere along the line there. You get 2 in a row like that. That's hard to believe. And Coach Shields is really, I think he's not hot at the refs. He's more hot at his team over there. He's definitely mad. My goodness, that's 30 yards they gave up just in goofy penalties since we got the ball.
Well, this is the chance for the Tornadoes have to make their move and get a good drive in here. However, they're going against the wind, and anybody going against this wind tonight is going to have a tough time. Shedleski sets his Tornadoes. Trocky up the right side. He's still on his feet, pumping away to about the 34-yard line, and the whistle blew. but a nice run by the two young running backs.
Oh, I'll tell you what, they're fun to watch. He and Sinkovich are really hard runners. Well, you love to see that. They just will not go down.
Second down and about 1. 5:26 left in the first quarter. 8-0 Eagles. Eagles should be green and white, though. They don't look right blue and white.
Their uniforms always were amazing to me.
Sinkovich on his own for the first down and more. He got bopped right behind the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you what, they're running with real abandon tonight.
And I'll tell you what, he put that guy down.
He ran right over him.
He ran over him.
Just ran over him when he was standing right in his way. And 45 is going to be leaving the football game right now.
That's Rasmussen, to the best of our knowledge.
Yeah, we think it is. Yeah, it's hard to
who is
tell.
really their strongest fullback for the Eagles.
He is the backfield from what we understand. They really don't have anybody else that's of his quality back there. He looks all right, though. He's kind of running off now.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. The ball on the 31-yard line. Shedlatsky on the pitch out to Sinkovich. They cut him off, but he still gained about 2 yards.
Yeah, he did. There were some real individual efforts going on out there right now in the backfield. Now, we haven't run the option much this year at all compared to last year yet. They seem to be very well prepared for it. Blue Mountain was. They read the play. There was just no way we were going to make that one work. They are a good defensive team. That's a known fact from their games previous. It's just that they have a kind of a daring defense that a lot of times you could beat it on the right play.
Shedlatsky up the middle of Trockey. And the interior line there really does a job on him. The initial hit seems to be made by 72 Tobash. Third down and 9 for the Tornadoes. Tough passing into this wind, Warren.
Ooh. It's tough doing anything, if you ask me, in this kind of weather. I give them all the credit in the world being out there doing this. I'm not a cold weather guy.
Shedlatsky rolls to his left. Nailed in there by number 41, and I think somebody grabbed the face mask.
It's a face mask call, absolutely.
Yeah. Boy, what a bad place for that to happen, because really he didn't have to do it, Warren.
Yeah, is that a first down? That's a first down.
That's a first down.
Goodness gracious.
Boy, what a great break for the Tornadoes here.
They are having their problems with the penalty. That's 3 big penalties on one drive.
3:23 left in the first quarter. Shedlatsky pitches to Trockey, breaks it around the right side, makes a nice cut and a nice spin move.
Oh, yes.
Gains about 6 yards, and what a nice run by Eric Trockey.
I'll tell you what, with this kind of running right now, I got a good feeling for tonight. I really do. They are running hard.
Makes the defensive stop, a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
We have a timeout here. It's an official timeout, usually for a helmet.
Yeah, we have to have one of those at least once a game, it seems. It's an official timeout. There we're ready to go here.
Time back in.
Sinkovich behind the blocking on the right side of the line, and also Trockey going through first. Gains about 3 yards. Tornadoes will be faced with a third down and about 3.
Wanted to, as we get a chance, Bob, I know you do too, I wanted to thank Joe Thurway. Joe was watching the broadcast on Wednesday night, and he heard you and I trying to decide what the roughing the kicker penalty should be, and obviously neither one of us knew. I'll finish it when we're done here.
Sinkovich on the right side, close to the first down.
He looks like he may have. No, he's not going to. He's a little short from the angle. We're on a real far angle here. But anyway, getting back to Joe Thurway, he was watching the broadcast.
We're going to have timeout for a measurement.
And Bob and I were arguing over why an automatic first down occurred on that roughing the kicker play, and he called up and explained it to us. Of course, he's an official, and he called up to explain the call those, and that was very nice of him. And since that time, I relayed that story at the Breakfast Club this morning, and Coach Breslin was listening, and of course, he's been an umpire for eons, I think. And he showed up an hour later and gave me the 1990 high school rule book. So if I can find anything in here, which may take me a couple of days, we may be able to get the right calls now. I want to thank Joe Thurway and Jerry Breslin for that.
Greco around the left side, breaks it through and goes down to about maybe the 4-yard line. Oh, it's down to the 1.
On a 1-yard line. He was almost in there.
$1:51 left in the first quarter. 8-0 Eagles.
You'd like to say a good drive here, Bob, but 45 yards were penalties on the Blue Mountain Eagles.
Shedlatsky, quarterback sneak, touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Red Tornadoes touchdown. Score is now Blue Mountain 8.
Even with the penalties, though, Warren, there were nice plays in there that continue to drive. You know, that last one.
The running, yeah, was
you know,
was
the
really
Trocky
nice.
and Sinkovich running looked great. But you have to give credit to a line in there, too. There's some holes popping open.
Everybody's doing their job out there. That's the key to the whole thing. I mean, we see the runner, but you know if the runner makes yardage, it's because the line opened a hole for him.
I think we'll go for 2.
Yeah, I think we will, too.
Trocky and Sinkovich in the backfield. Greco at the wingback spot. Shedlatsky rolling right. Breaks it through, looks over the middle at Blasi. Went off the goalpost, and it's incomplete.
Well, no problem there. We still scored a touchdown. That brings the momentum back at least to us.
1:29 left in the first quarter. The score, the Blue Mountain Eagles 8, Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes 6. Fantini will be kicking off for the Tornadoes.
We just heard the announcement, Bob, on the public address system that tonight's the night to give the car away at halftime.
That's it.
To somebody whoever kicks the field goal, I guess.
And Big Jake's in the running.
Jake Wojcik.
Fantini's kick taken by an up back. Number 12 had the ball, Mike Reber. Stopped in there by Sweetra and also Greco.
Well, we looked like we were kind of off balance when we kicked off there. After the team started, the other half didn't. I wonder what we were doing there. Now we're going to have to see if we adjusted a little bit to this kid's passing.
First down, Blue Mountain on the 36-yard line. Emmerich back, that same gap play. Caught by number 21, Ratson again. And tackled by number 5, Bobby Veach.
That's so far they've passed the same play. They've just gone right or left, but it's the exact same play. They haven't deviated from it at all. We're having trouble adjusting to it right now.
Well, second down and about 4. Rasmussen, the ball carrier, breaks it through the middle, found an opening there, and the last one to get him, Scott Pollard, Bob Veach. Veachy makes a diving stop on about the 6-yard line.
Penalty. A penalty flag is down again. And this is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct again against Blue Mountain. I saw him drop the flag. That was fully 40 yards away from the play after the man was down.
Went the other way.
Against us this time. All right, the only guy there was Blasi. There was one of us and 3 of them, and I couldn't believe it was us.
What you saw was probably maybe he saw the retaliation.
I saw the end of that play.
You did see Blue Mountain do
My
something.
goodness. That stuff's going to have to end.
28 seconds left in the first quarter. First down, Blue Mountain on the 3-yard line. Timeout called by the Tornadoes. Back here with 28 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's been an offensive first quarter. First down and goal to go for the Eagles. Emmerich gives the ball to number 47 in for the Blue Mountain touchdown. We don't know who 47 is.
I don't know, half of these guys have different numbers on out there. I don't know who half of them are.
I've been watching. There is no 50 out there, so maybe we'll call him Jack Dry. There is a
Now, here's where we got to be a little bit heads up. We got caught the last time we were fooling around here. Again, one of those stupid plays.
Now they're going to kick this time.
There was one other team that did this. Tamaqua did that.
Snaps back, places up. There's a flag on the play.
Good, but I don't know what happened.
I think it was a dead ball foul. I don't think they were set. That left side of the Blue Mountain line didn't appear to be set.
I never liked that. I mean, sometimes it might even work. I'll grant you, but I never liked doing that. Especially on the extra point line. Half of them are lined up here, the other half lined up the other side. One guy standing by himself. If I was the head coach, I'm going to go on record right now.
Yes.
I would just not do that for the extra points on there.
That looks like he's going to try to kick it from. The long extra point's up.
He missed
and
it.
It's no good off to the left side. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. The score, the Eagles 14, the Tornadoes 6. Reichart will be kicking off for the Eagles. Maybe not. Number 88, Chris Mattis. Those numbers are tough. You're right, Warren.
I have no idea who those people are.
Taken by Fantini, bringing it up the middle again, and stopped this time on about the 27-yard line.
Some good hitting in there on that play.
72, Walter Toba making the tackle. First and 10, Red Tornadoes. With 20 seconds remaining in the quarter.
First down and 10, Tornadoes.
Oh, man. Big Red just figured
Missing
out they
one
were short
player.
a guy on the line there. I guess they were looking around and decided somebody
I
wasn't
think
going
what's
to be
going to
next
happen
to
here is
somebody.
the clock's just going to run out in the first quarter.
Beginning of the second, we have Blue Mountain 14, Mount Carmel area 6.
Trucking and Sinkovich in the backfield. Chidleski back to throw. Major hits in there on Chidleski. And I guess we have a penalty on the
worse than
play
that, we're gonna
also
get nailed for
against the
holding,
Tornadoes.
Guaranteed. I guarantee you that's a holding call on us.
A holding penalty against the Red Tornadoes.
I guess they're discussing it right now because there is a loss on the play already, Warren. And they're liable to take
There's going to be a bigger loss, I'm sure. This is definitely a holding call.
holding call against the Tornadoes. First down. 25.
Brings up a first and 25 for the Red Tornadoes.
Sinkovich on around the right side. Find one block. He breaks around and he's down to about the 38-yard line.
I tell you, he came close to almost getting the first down back there. He's about a yard or so away. Good running. Good running. Yeah, he got all of about a yard back again. Yes, that'll be.
It was real close. They almost looked for a measurement there.
That'll be a 24-yard burst he just had there from what the scoreboard says. Yeah, 24 yards.
Second and 1.
That's the way to get out of the hole in a hurry.
Definitely. Ball on the 38-yard line. 11:21 left in the first half. 14-6 Eagles. Shaleski went down on his knees before he got that handoff off. That's going to be about a 4-yard loss.
Well, I'll tell you, if you take a good look at the interior of the line, number 50 in there. They're number 50, whoever he is.
Oh, they have a 50. It's
Yeah.
Jack Dry then. That's the guy we were trying to say was 47.
He's right now giving us a problem on the interior of the line.
Sinkovich in the back, coming around the right side again. Looks like he might have got the first down.
Number 80 making the defensive stop.
And there's a signal. First down, Tornadoes. Nice run again, Warren.
Yeah, it was. Those guys are really carrying the team at the moment here.
Chidleski sets the Tornadoes. Pitches back to Sinkovich around the left side, and he slipped. There are some slippery spots out there, and both we've seen Sinkovich go down, and we saw Chidleski go down before that.
Well, this field, unfortunately, now has seen 3 home games in a row, plus JV freshman games, plus the midget games, and it's unusual because we don't usually play that many games in a row at home. And I think the field's starting to suffer a little bit now. This will be the end of the home games for us, so you'll have a chance to grow for next year.
Sinkovich around this side. Nice tackle made in there. He tried the stiff arm on number 12, Mike Reber, and Reber just stayed right with him and made a great tackle.
Yeah, he did.
Third down, big third down play for the Red Tornadoes. Shedlasky back to throw, looks over, hit, and his hand was going forward. So it's going to be a fourth down for the Tornadoes.
Well, a little bit of a surprise. Bob Bolick is in to punt.
Well, he's hurt, but I mean, I guess punting-wise, they're going to put him in because he is your best punter there. We're going to have an offside against Blue Mountain that time.
As of this morning, though, he was not expected to play. He has a lower back injury, which has been really bothering him throughout the week, and he did not suit for practice until Thursday night, and Jazz was not optimistic about him. It's good to see him in there. We did find out who the replacement punter would be, though. Had he not been able to punt, Blossy is, I understand, an excellent punter, and he would have taken over the chores for Bullock if he.
Blossy's been punting very well in the few JV games they've had. He's a good punter. Snaps back, kicks up, nice block by Trocchi. It's coming out to the right side though. It just got off the outside foot of Bullock. Goes out of bounds on the 21-yard line. There's a big defensive stand for the Tornadoes here. You can't get down by 2 scores. You got to hold them here. Get the ball back. You have the wind and go with it. Emmerich with a quick pass again, but Blossy broke it up that time. Instead of rushing the passer, he faded back and waited for it.
Well, that's the first time we've read the play
so many
now.
times.
Well, yeah, we read it now. We've adjusted to it. Plus, was that number 12 or 21? He took a horrendous shot as the ball went by him. He was watching the ball. I didn't see who did it, but somebody whacked him to the ground.
Well, Jamin's over at the corner, so it was probably Jamin.
Because he had to leave the game. He took a good hit there.
Emmerich sets the Eagles, pitches to number 47. Scott Paul in there with a great tackle.
A flag
on the play.
That's usually in the holding zone.
Well, it was in the holding area, but personal foul clipping against the Eagles.
Now, you don't see that call very often.
No,
like
not over there.
That's an unusual call.
I think what happened was somebody from the outside, either Jamin or Blossy, beat his man, and he was coming at the back, and somebody clipped that person. Puts the ball on the 10-yard line. The Eagles faced with a 2nd down and 20. Emmerich, great play made in there by Fantana Rosa, and also looked like Costello was in there. Great play. That's about a 3-yard loss, and they're going to be faced with a 3rd and 24, and we keep the ball moving in this direction. We can score a touchdown, Warren, with our defense.
Absolutely. They're going the wrong way at the moment.
Again.
Emmerich to 47 up the middle.
37.
Stopped in there by Sinkovich and also Kulik, and finishing him off Veach.
53.
Kulik and Fantana Rosa, the tacklers on that last play, brings up a 4th and 17.
Fantan was down on the bottom. Number 15, Matt Madera, punting for the Blue Mountain Eagles, and he has to punt into a pretty stiff wind. Greco and Jamin deep for the Tornadoes. Coming right down the middle in the direction of Greco. Greco stops and it bounces off his hands and recovered by the Blue Mountain Eagles.
Bill Greco fumbling the punt. It is recovered by Blue Mountain Eagles. Number 76 on the recovery, Brian Corral.
First down, Blue Mountain on the 40-yard line. Emmerich has the ball, throws it short of his receiver, but nice play made in there anyway by Jamin and Shedleski. They were there. Big rush made by Wild Bill.
We're putting a lot of pressure on him. He is a good passer, though. He has a heads-up passing there. He knows where he wants to go. He sees his receivers. But he is under pressure. You have to say that from the defense. He's the kind of quarterback that I'm glad you don't want to give him any kind of time, because I think with a lot of time he's going to hurt us.
Second down, he gives it up the middle to Rasmussen.
Penalty flag flew
Stopped
immediately.
in there by Trockey. There's a fumble on the play. Also, Bill Maher in on the tackle.
Flag was thrown by the linesman. I don't know. That's an offside or something like that where it was thrown from. Illegal motion.
Illegal motion called against the Blue Mountain Eagles.
They had a hard time extricating themselves from these long penalties.
Is that the word?
It's the word. You got it. We got it off early in the first half. Extrication.
Got it.
You got it.
Man in motion.
21.
Goes to number 21, Rotson. And he only gets about maybe 5 yards. Tackled in there by Sinkovich. And also down on the bottom of the pile, Shedleski. Blue Mountain faced with a 3rd down and 8. Well, I think what they're looking for here is the pass, and they want to try to get some extra pressure in that little speed from Fantini to get in on the quarterback.
Wild man's quick as a jaguar. Oh, he dropped the ball.
On the play. Well, that's recovered by Blue Mountain.
That was a payback for when we did the same thing. So.
4th down and 9, and they're now faced to punt again. 15, Matt Madera. They're going to put a lone setback this time for the punt. I'm not sure Jazz is sure they're punting. He's saying fake punt. Snaps back. There's the kick this time. Sails over to the left side of the field. Is down, going to be down on about the 27-yard line. So the Tornadoes lose probably about 30 yards on that exchange. But they'll have a 1st down and 10 with 5:05 left in the first half.
Both teams are having trouble offensively, and not so much the other team's defense. It's more a case of just hurting themselves with goofy penalties and stuff like that. So I'm sure that the Big Red would like to string together a couple of 1st downs here.
Up the middle of Trockey. Stopped by number 88, Mattis. Good for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. 2nd down and about 8, 4:23 left in the first half. Back to throw. A fly pattern out there to Blossy, and it just a little bit out of the reaches of Blossy.
Brings up a 3rd and 7.
Well, passing-wise, we're certainly not our sharpest tonight after some really good performances in the previous games.
3rd down and 7. Shedleski back to throw. It's a screen pass. Greco's there in the middle. He's going to get the 1st down for sure. If he breaks it this side, he might be gone. There's the big one.
There he is.
It.
Joe Greco.
Touchdown, yes. Red Tornadoes.
Oh, great play, Joe.
Great play.
I think he was atoning for that fumble on that one. And he certainly did that. He certainly made up for that in a hurry. He's another kid coming to his own. Last couple of games, you start to see him all of a sudden, you know, he's making some great plays. He just got to give him a little time.
Made a great cut there to bring that one through. But Shedleski left the line come in on him, made a great throw. Our lineman did a great job on blocking. Just an overall great play for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes going for 2, 14-12. The Eagles are ahead. Shedleski rolling this side, and he's stopped in there by number 75 from the Eagles. 4 minutes left in the first half. The score, the Eagles 14, the Tornadoes 12. Fantini kicking off for the Tornadoes.
21 fumble, 11 has the ball.
Number 11, Todd Bender, the ball carrier, breaks it up the middle and carries it to the 35-yard line. Finished off by number 89, Eric Belfani.
45.
Rasmussen, the ball carrier, hit in there by a bunch of tornadoes and finally finished off over on the far sideline by Bobby Veach and Fantana Rosa and also Trocky. That was a nice run.
He's a tough runner. He's hard to bring down.
Ball, isn't he?
He's been hit. He was hit 2 or 3 times there at the line of scrimmage and still managed to gain 5 or 7 yards. He's tough to bring down.
Quarterback takes the ball around the right side. Emmerich stopped in there by Trocky, Kulik, and also Blasi. Emmerich's pass, it's that little one right there. They pulled a different back, or they used their end that time.
I'll tell you who did that, though. Blasi made the play. He leaped in the air, and he made him throw it so high.
But Hintershitz was in that opening right there.
The opening is there almost every time. There's very few times we've covered that pass well.
2:52 left in the first half. 2nd down and 10 for Blue Mountain.
11.
Number 11, the ball carrier, Todd Bender on an end around, and he is flattened in there by Blasi and also Wild Bill.
Yeah, that was a kind of an end around when they brought the guy in the slot back around on a reverse, but didn't work.
Chalky out of the game for the Tornadoes. And Veach in. It seems on passing downs they try to get the extra back in there. Back in motion there, but they didn't call Rasmussen the ball carrier. Nice stop made in there on the far side of the Tornadoes by Aaron Jamin. Great tackle.
Rasmussen's pretty much the entire offense right now, and he's pounding us right now.
4th down and about 5 for Blue Mountain. They're going for it. They're shifting into the punting formation now. Jamin will go back for the punt. He's going to punt it. And is it going to make the end zone?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes, it is. He knocked it in.
Oh, he should have just left it lay there.
He should have just left it lay. Knocked it into the end zone.
Oh.
1:24 left in the first half. Shedleski has the. It was a handoff to Sinkovic, and I never saw the handoff. That was a great fake. What a great fake. I thought
when you said the name, I looked right away. Then I looked
thought
again.
Greco had it.
Had a hard time following.
Sinkovic was coming up the middle. I never thought he had the ball.
Yeah, that was
what a great play. Timeout,
run.
Tornado.
He's going in at halftime. Jose.
Shedleski looking deep. Down there's Jamin. Bumped when he almost caught it, but he was
Where's the call, guys?
long before the ball got there. Major interference play, and they didn't call it.
We had a blind referee down there.
They didn't
for
call
a moment.
that one at all. 2nd down and 10, 1:07 left in the first half. Shedleski on the bootleg around the right side, makes a nice fake, gains about 7 yards, and we'll see what the Tornadoes are going to do here, if they're going to call timeout or just let the clock run.
No, they're hurrying up right now. They're going to get another playoff here.
3rd down and about 3. Shedleski on the straight drop back. Rolls to the right side, looks long down here for Jamin. The ball was bounced up. He was double covered down there.
That play, when you're sending everybody deep like that, you've got to get the ball off quicker because there's nobody going to wing the ball that far. And that's what happened. He got into the point where he couldn't reach him.
Yeah, I'm not sure they were
downfield.
sending. He went straight back, and then he had a roll to his left before he got looking downfield, and that caused a delay. And a keeper with Shedleski. That should be a 1st down.
Very close. If he's on the other side of the, 1st down. That's right.
And there goes the clock running right there at down to 23 seconds. Shedleski throws it, and he downs the ball.
I tell you to stand by for halftime. We got a little special thing at halftime. We're going to interview some of the kids who I guess will be classified in the walking wounded segment because a couple of these kids are on the sidelines every week. They've been hurt in the early part of the season, and some will not play football again this year for Mount Carmel area. So we're going to bring them up, talk to them, see what they go through and what's on their minds.
Shedleski straight drop back, looks long downfield to Blasi. intercepted by number 80, Chris Hintershett. One second left, and that's the end of the first half. The score at the end of the first half, the Blue Mountain Eagles 14, Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes 12.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special halftime segment with us tonight, and we're going to pay a little bit of tribute to some of the real unsung guys along the sideline, and that, of course, is our Walking Wounded segment of the year. We got 4 guys with us tonight, and we're going to go through them quickly, have them tell us their names, what grade they're in, when they got injured, what part of them is injured, and we'll have a couple of questions after that. We'll start over to my right. What's your name, son?
Charlie Gasparetti.
What grade you in?
I'm a sophomore.
And how did you get hurt and when?
I torn tendons in my kneecap and I hurt it in the Pottsville JV game.
Okay. Your name?
Sean Bogutsky,
What grade?
sophomore.
And how did you get hurt?
Oh, I sprained my ankle
Okay, what part of the season have you been out since?
since the Marion game.
Marion game?
Eric Gary, I'm a junior. Had a severe concussion in the Marion game.
Okay.
Rocco Chicatano, I'm a sophomore. I just sprained my ankle a little bit.
He's now he's glossing that one over a little bit because we understand it's somewhat more than that, but we'll let it go at that for now. So listen, guys, one of the questions that a lot of people have, we see you guys on the sidelines, you get hurt. Okay, you get hurt. What's it like on the sidelines? Do you still feel like you're part of the team, and are you at practice every week, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, all the time we're at practice and we're cheering the team on all we can over there.
Okay, one of the things, and these 2 guys are more recent walking wounded, but this guy over to my far right, Charlie here, he's been the walking wounded for a while now. And I see him on the sidelines, and I see a lot of times with a clipboard. Maybe you can tell us what it is you do. You're always following Coach Dimnick up and down the sidelines.
He makes us write down the plays for he knows when we have the game taped, so he knows what play is going on, and he has us who made the tackle and stuff like that.
Okay. And is there anything you guys do that Rocco, you've been hurt just recently, so I'm sure you're just on the sidelines. But Eric, I saw you down there again today. What were you doing down on the sidelines?
The stats.
You keep the stats. You guys kind of trade off and on and keep the stats. How about rehabilitation? Is there anything special that anybody here has to do as far as bringing yourself back from the injury? Are you seeing, I guess, Doc Greco on a regular basis? Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm Morrow pulling, and I have to go over to Geisinger on Monday and see Dr. Finelli. So he'll tell me when I could come back and all.
How about you?
I go up to Dr. Finelli every week, and he has me on physical therapy.
Well, I'm on my way back. I'll be back next year.
Next year
You're ready? Yeah.
I'm getting my cast off Friday. Maybe I'll suit up next week, hopefully.
Rocco, there seems to be a different medical opinion compared to what Rocco deciding he's going to do next week. So we're all going to be on pins and needles to see how that works. Well, guys, I want to thank you for coming up, and I just want to say that everybody still appreciates you out there, even though you can't suit up sometimes and be in the game. I want you to get well soon, keep keeping the stats and cheering on down there, and hopefully we'll see you in uniform, all of you, next year then. Okay? Thanks for stopping by. Well, we have the halftime stats for you, and I'll have to add that Bob had to run all the way to the field house because Jose, using his brains in this chilly night, ran to the field house also to get a little bit warm. We'll go through them quickly for you. Mount Carmel in the rushing department rushed the ball 22 times for a total of 105 yards. They passed only one time of 6 for 69 yards, of course, and a touchdown. Sinkowicz in the individual rushing rushed 11 times for 70 yards. Truckee 4 for 18, and Joey Greco 1 for 10. In the reception department, we had the one reception, of course, as I stated, was Joey Greco, 1 time for 69 yards and a touchdown. Blue Mountain rushed the ball 15 times for a total of 93 yards. They passed the ball 5 of 10 for 76. They're doing much better in the passing department than we are. In the first down department, of course, Mount Carmel has out first down at Blue Mountain 10-5. And although the score doesn't show you're seeing that Mount Carmel is a little ahead on every stat. So hopefully that's going to carry over in the second half. We can turn these stats into some points and come away with a big win tonight. We'll be back for the start of the second half in 1 second.
Back here to start the second half, Warren, and I'll tell you how cold it is. Jose went in the locker room. I mean, I have been at many football games from Mount Carmel, and Jose has never been in the locker room at halftime, and he was there. Ball taken by Fantini, brings it up the middle. There it is, breaks it through, and he's just tripped up at about the 45-yard line. That one safety valve seems to get him every time.
I think he surprised our 2 guys at the moment who were above him.
Boy, he comes shooting up there. You know, it just looks like he's going all the way. First down, Tornadoes. Fireworks show still going on off the hill, Warren. Up the middle of Sinkovich, almost taken out by a referee, makes a nice cut, still on his feet at about the 32-yard line, and he's still going.
Yes.
Whoa, great run, Joey Sinkovich. That was a touchdown. That was a touchdown. That was a quick whistle.
Is he running hard? My goodness.
Still got the first down, though, and the Tornadoes rolling. Shedlasky on the pitch back to Sinkovich to the short side of the field, stopped by number 74, Cole Lafferty.
No gain on the play, brings up a second and
Just amazing how he looks like he stopped, Warren, and all of a sudden he breaks free.
He just won't go down. He's just simply not going to go down. It's amazing how well he's running.
Second down and 10, 10:44 left in the third quarter, 14-12, Blue Mountain over Mount Carmel. Shedlasky on the quick pass to Jamin. Oh, just in and out of his hands.
Good pass that time. He led him perfectly. I think when he was heading to the ground, he couldn't control the ball when he hit the ground down there.
I think we have to go to that quick pass, too. That seems to be
yeah,
what
we can't wait as long as we were in the first half, I don't think.
Oh, boy. That's the kind of fan support Mount Carmel doesn't need. 88 intercepts the ball for Blue Mountain, and a nice saving tackle made in there by Mike Kogut.
Well, this second half is starting out pretty much the way the first half was, back and forth, back and forth.
Well, we tried to go to that real short pass there, and
yeah, we were too short that time.
That one was a little too short. First down and 10, Blue Mountain. Emmerich back to throw. He's going long this time. Has number 21 out there, intercepted by Brian Shedlasky.
Well, Brian got right back there. We got to give him credit. Took the ball right back on the first play from the turn of the ball over.
First down, Tornadoes on the 23-yard line.
That time, Scotty Paul, if you guys were watching the other end of the play, he gave a hello, how are you to the quarterback that he's not going to forget for a while when he let the pass go.
Shedlasky to Sinkovich up the middle, still moving and gains about 3 yards.
Going to take all 11 of them to bring him down.
I'll tell you what, you see a little more fire in the Tornadoes this half. I can just see it in the linemen. They're playing that little extra pushing and shoving that we need, I think.
No, we do, because we're 2 points behind still.
Second down and about 8. Shedlasky on the pitch to Trockey, going around the right side. Blocker out in front, just tripped up by number 68, Brian Reihart. 88, it was Chris Mattis. I'll tell you what, 68 and 88, we can never tell who they are. The French Foreign Legion isn't even sure.
Well, I'll tell you, 88 saved a touchdown is what he did there, though. I think Trockey would have went all the way.
Plus, he had Mike Kogut out in front of him.
Yeah, he had a guy in front of him to lead a little bit of interference, so he had a run at the end zone almost.
First down, Tornadoes on the 36-yard line. They got set back. Trockey up the middle, gains about 9 yards, maybe 10 yards.
Down.
Great run.
My goodness,
Great run.
They are running fabulously tonight. They got the holes are opened up right at the point of attack where they're supposed to be. They're slipping through, and once they get through, they're impossible to bring down right now.
And number 50 on the stop for Blue Mountain, Jack Straw.
Wayne just said that's true. He didn't. Shedleski looked out of the corner of his eye and saw our movement, and then didn't snap the ball, which would have been a penalty had he got snapped at the right time. Held up a little bit, and we were okay.
Shedleski on the bootlegger on the left side on the keeper, gains about 1 yard. And there's some popping going on in there right now, Warren.
Yeah, everybody's hitting everybody now.
Number 68, Chris McKay. On the stop.
68 and 88 in on the stop. Reichart and Mattis. Second down and about 7. Shedleski pitch back to Sinkovic. Breaks it back up the middle, and they can't tackle him. He's just running with abandon. He's just doing a great job tonight, isn't he, Warren?
There's no words to describe it right now. I mean, I've never seen us like this. And it's either one of them. They're interchangeable right now. They're both running exactly the same way.
First down and 10 on the 29-yard line. .7:24 left in the third quarter, 14-12 Blue Mountain. Pitch back to Trockey this time. Breaks it to the middle this time. This one's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh, good cutback. What a cutback he made there. My goodness.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh, offensively, we look very good right now. Of course, now we're coming to that two-point play thing again, which is
I'll
not
tell you what
a
I'd do.
strong point.
I'll tell you what I'd do. What would you do?
I'd kick.
No, I'd go Sinkovic or Trockey right now.
Yeah, you wonder why we just don't go up the middle with it.
Go
and be done
up
with
the
it.
middle to these guys. They are just running great tonight. Shedleski rolls right. Throws it over the middle, intercepted in the end zone.
What are you going to do? 2 points are just not going to be our forte tonight.
7:12 left in the third quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 18, the Blue Mountain Eagles 14.
Well, that was certainly a way to start the first half, though. It really was. Good running, good offense. We looked sharp that way.
Fantini's kick, a nice spiral. Taken on about the 10-yard line by number 21, Lance Ratson. He runs it right up the middle, and a
I don't know who made the
slew
tackle.
of Tornadoes are in there. There's Catch getting up. Sweetra in there. Also Scotty Paul and 89 Belfani. And I'll tell you, there's your Scott Paul again on that
Yeah, he's amazing. He
kickoff
really
team.
is. I don't know how he does that.
For how big he is, he gets down there quick.
The same with Kulig. I asked Kulig how he was always so close to punts and all the time. He just said he tried to figure the best angle and go as fast as he could, and it was working.
Emmerich up the middle to Rasmussen.
Yes.
And boy, there's the gang tackling we were looking for. Shedleski, Wild Bill Maher, Fantana Rosa, Scott Paul, Kulik. They're all in there.
Well, they're
We
looking
could
tough
read
right
off
now.
about the whole defensive team except for the safeties who
Yeah.
couldn't get up. That was the only problem. That's
Yeah.
the only reason they didn't tackle. They were just back a little too far.
No, we certainly now look. We may have finally brought the momentum our way. I hope.
Emmerich to Rasmussen again. Stopped over there by 87 Kulik.
There's some real popping going out there. Now we got some tempers flaring out there too. A lot of talking going on. Here comes the receiving core in.
Third down and 6 for Blue Mountain. 5:52 left in the third quarter. Emmerich back to throw. Blossy in on him. I'm not sure that's a first down. It was a completed
close.
pass.
Real close.
Number 80 was the receiver.
Appeared like Mazzatesta and Blossy were in there.
Depends where he spots his ball, but I think he's definitely short on it. Well, looks like they're gonna go for it, I guess. Who's their? I don't know the number of their punter.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are going for it. That's a gutsy call by Coach Shields this early in the game still.
4th down and 1. Emmerich to Rasmussen, and he gets the first down.
Picking up the first down for the Blue Mountain Eagles.
Tackle made by Shidleski and Greco.
Kulik, Greco, and Shedleski on the stop. 1st and 10, Blue Mountain on their own 49.
Emmerich on a busted plays back to throw. Looking long downfield. Oh, Trocky in there hit him first, Blossy. And then he looked like he stepped out of bounds from where I was watching, but they're keeping him in bounds and finished off by Sinkovic and Veach. But it's good for about a 6-yard gain.
He made a nice play at it. I'm not sure if that was designed to go that way, but he turned it into a nice play either way.
Looked like he was going to throw, but I think they were covered downfield.
They kind of bounced around his own guys in the backfield originally is what slowed him up somewhat.
2nd down and 4, 3:59 left in the 3rd quarter. Rasmussen, Scott Paul in there. Bill Maher was down under the bottom first. Also in there, Blossy, Shidleski.
I think you're going to see Fantan somewhere.
Fantan's there. He's been over on that side all the time tonight. Scott Paul and Costello.
Brings up a 3rd and
3rd down and about 4. Mazzatesta into the lineup for Costello.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Great play made by Kulik from the other side of the field.
Tom Kulik. That's why Tom
Good
Kulik
play.
was the KMC player of the game.
Good
for
play.
Plays just like that. I said to Tom in the interview, I said, it seems like you're always there for a big play somewhere along the line, and there you had it again in this game.
4th down and about 4. They're going to go into this shift again. Oh, and Wild Bill, they got him on that one, Warren.
All right, Bill.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they were yelling. Bob Patello was up here. He's the door closed and everything. You can hear him yelling from the other side. They're going to pull us offside. Watch it, they'll pull us offside. 1st down, Blue Mountain on the 40-yard line.
1st and 10, Blue Mountain.
.225 left in the 3rd quarter. Emmerich passes complete to number 80, Hintershitz.
I'll tell you, they're
Tackled
very good
by
at that.
Veach.
They're very good at that, and that's a timing pattern. They have the timing down perfectly. That's definitely a play they practice a lot during the year.
2nd down and 1. Nice drive being put together by Blue Mountain
That's
here.
what I meant about giving the momentum up, though. I mean, there we go ahead of them finally, and boom, they're marching down the field on us.
Emmerich on the keeper, rolling around the left side. Stopped in there by Trocky, but it's going to be good for a 1st down again.
We might add that at halftime, the radio station gave away the car tonight. The guy from Pottsville, Rosenberger, I think his name was. So we congratulate him. He won a new car, and they tell us they're going to be doing it again next year.
Had a couple Mount Carmel people make it.
Yeah,
Jake Wojcik.
Larry Costello kicked one in.
Pass complete to number 80. Hintershitz, and he's knocked out of bounds by Trocky. And boy, I'll tell you what.
He's hurt.
Trocky and Greco popped him.
Trocky got a good whack at him when he was over on the sideline there. And he's down now. But once again, I think he got the 1st down, if I'm not mistaken, or he's...
They're just moving sticks all over the place right now.
Well, he can't move it because he's right there where they need to put it.
No.
All right, second, he picked up
be about
7 yards.
Right, second down and 3 or 2.
Just think how you felt up at Williamsport 4 years ago, and you'll think you're more.
Second down and 2, 1:17 left in the third quarter. Emmerich hands off to Todd Bender, and there's a flag on the play, and I'm not sure what that one was. I was watching it all the way, and
it might be 55. It is 55. He clipped. Yeah, he clipped him when Blosky turned right away. He clipped him. And he was the only guy out there. I know it was him that did it.
They have made some dumb mistakes out there tonight, Blue Mountain has.
Yeah, they really do know how to hurt themselves on a drive, and 55 can't be any matter. But he did clip him. I mean, it was clear. He was in the open. You couldn't even hide it.
I missed it.
All what happened was Blosky changed direction so quickly, and the kid was already into his block, and there's nothing he could do about it. But when you're in the opening, you're right in front of the ref, you're going to get called every time.
Those eagle eyes of Warren Aldemore.
I'm confident now. I got the rules book in front of me. I can call anything now.
Second down and 17. Emmerich on the straight drop back. Intercepted by Sinkovich. And I'll tell you what, this one can go. They stopped him there, but
I'll tell you what
a great block. Did you see the
41 and 1. They nearly killed 47.
Yes.
Look at him on the ground.
Blossy
oh my
and
goodness.
Trocky
They
put
sandwiched
him down.
Oh God, did they hit him? Oh, I knew he was going down. God, he turned and they nailed him. Oh my.
That was a major hit.
Ooh.
First and 10 Tornadoes on the 45-yard line.
I'm glad to see he got up and he went off under his own power, but he took a vicious hit. He really did. My goodness. Well, you wonder how they could get hit like that. And he laid a while, and then he got him up and he ran off the field.
Let's get to Trocky on the right side, finds an opening. Good for about 13 yards and a first down for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, the line is really opening holes up. I mean, he had the hole right there. He didn't have to swerve or anything, straight through it. Oh, no, another helmet adjustment here. You gotta find out who's manufacturing these helmets. I'll tell you, I want to congratulate the fans that are braving this game. I'll tell you what, I mean, there's a bunch of them down there, and it is frigid down there.
Pitch back to Sinkovich on the left side. This time he stopped in there for about a 2-yard gain.
I think what makes this night so horrible weather-wise is the wind. I mean, the wind has not stopped since we got here. It's been blowing constantly, and I think it's lowering the temperature by 15 degrees out there.
Ball now on the 30-yard line. And that is the end of the third quarter with the score, Mount Carmel area 18.
That's the end of the third quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 18, the Blue Mountain Eagles 14.
And 8 for the Red Tornadoes.
We have McCarthy in the lineup.
Second down and 8 Tornadoes. Sinkovich in motion, but, just off his shoulder pads. It was a little behind him, but I guess with the cold weather, it's
going
tough
to go
catching
against
one
us.
like that.
I didn't see who the other guy was, but I knew he threw the flag for that reason. And it's odd because we seldom go in motion like that. And we went in motion and we have a penalty on it.
They declined it. They're going to give us a 3rd down and 8 here and let us go for it.
Well, I'm sure this is 2-down territory. We're going to go for it on the 4th down no matter what, too. So play comes into the lineup with the catch.
Shedlaski rolling to his right, does that little duck, and boy, I'll tell you what, he had a shot at running for it, but there was one guy left to bop him there, and he got him.
Well, that's going to make a tough fourth down call now. It's going to be fourth down and still about 8 to go, I guess. If he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Jazz calls the play with Aaron Jamin.
Now,
Fourth down.
With the lead, you're not afraid to go for it down there. You're going to pin them down on the 30-yard line either way if you don't make it. So.
Plus, the nice thing is in this fourth quarter, Mount Carmel has the wind advantage. Whoa. It's that. Oh, the screen was set up over there and just dropped.
Well, that happened.
I'll tell you
so
what.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I think he was so anxious to run that he just didn't wait long enough to catch it. And that happens to the pros, so that's the way it goes. Turn the ball over, but now it's important to hold him now. You don't want to march down the field. They got a lot of time. There's over 11 minutes left in this game. The defense is going to want to make a stand right here, get the ball back and grind some time off. This is, I think, a tighter game than we were expecting from Blue Mountain, to tell you the truth, Bob.
Emmerich hands off the ball to number 21, Lance Ratson.
Wild Bill is the one, and I'll see Scott Paul
Stopped in there by Scott Paul and Bill Maher.
Good play that time. He lost 2 yards on that play.
Fantini and Belfani into the lineup. Looks like Jazz wants to talk to both Kulik and Bill Maher.
I didn't see that second guy go in there is what confused me. I thought 2 come out, but I didn't see 2 go in.
Emmerich back to pass. Looking over to this side. Caught by number 15, Matt Madera.
Don't be enough for a first down, though. He needs to get over the 40-yard line. It's going to be about 2 yards short. A long 2, in fact, the way it's placed. Now, I doubt if you held them here, they would try to go for it. I think they would punt if you could hold them. There's a lot of time left to give us the ball this far down in their own territory. This is a crucial third down right now for Big Red.
10:02 left in the ball game. 18-14, Big Red. Rasmussen, the ball carrier, and he's got the first down.
Well, most of the time he's a guaranteed 2 or 3 yards the way he runs. I mean, he is a tough runner.
Stopped in there by Jamin and Blasi and Shedleski.
Cocky and Jamin on that defensive stop. First and 10, Blue Mountain on their own 43.
Emmerich rolling right. Looking down to the right side. Stopped by Veach over there. I didn't see for sure who caught. Hintershitz caught the ball. Good for about a 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain. Now he moved it 7 yards. It's tough when you're looking at that the ball marker there to see where he puts it.
Well, it's essential that we stop them here. I mean, we do not want them to get a score on us this late in the game now.
8:59 in the fourth quarter. On the reverse. Nice play made in there by Trocchi. Also, Fantanaro's in to finish him off.
He gave him a little tattoo to remember at the end of the play.
That was a big play because they had a second down and short, and now they're back to a third down and long. Eight minutes and 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Blue Mountain has the ball on their own 45-yard line. Emmerich with the keeper, and boy,
he's going down.
Play.
Yeah,
great play by Kulik and also Kogut.
Tom Kulik and Kogut. Now they're going to have to punt the ball. Here, I think 88's the punter, isn't he, Bob? I think. But they have to punt. There's no way they can keep the ball with a 4th and 18 this far deep in their own territory.
Madera's back to punt.
I thought 88 was the punter. Madera's the old quarterback.
High snap. Blasi almost blocked it. He was under him. And a fair catch made by Jamin.
It was a good call by the referee. A couple of referees in this league would have called that roughing the kicker.
Yeah, it could have.
And it was not.
But it wasn't. No, Blassie had landed under his foot, and when he put it back down, he just fell over him.
But a lot of guys would have called that in this league.
Mount Carmel's ball, 7:35 left in the fourth quarter. The ball on the 43-yard line. Sinkovic with the ball, carries it for about a 1-yard gain.
Number 72, Walter Sobach, with help from Jack Dry on the defensive stop. No gain, brings up a 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 9 for the Tornadoes. Nice place to get a couple first downs, isn't it, Warren?
Oh, you definitely want to take some time off the clock. That's the key here. You don't necessarily need to score with a lead, but it is only a 4-point lead. It's not a comfortable one. That's by any means for sure.
Sinkovic up the middle, still on his feet going, and he makes it to about the 50-yard line.
Unbelievable. Oh, goodness. He is something right now. He's really come into his own in the backfield.
That's a great run.
Remind you, you got another 3 years of him, which is a very comfortable feeling when you think about it.
It's a young team out there, Warren.
I think the hardest replacement on this team is going to be certainly Shedleski as a guy that's leaving, because he played tough all year. He really had a good year.
Shedleski looks downfield, tucks the ball away. He's going to get the first down. That's a big first down, Warren.
Number 76.
That's what I mean. Shedleski does that for you when you least expect it, and things look like they're falling apart. He picks up a big first down at the end of a tight game, and that's what I mean. You're going to miss his leadership. I think his steadiness as we go into next year.
First down and 10, the ball on the 43-yard line. 5:57 left in the fourth quarter. Tornadoes up 18-14. Trockey the ball carry, still moving, gains about 5 yards. Stopped by Lafferty and Corral.
I talked earlier in the game about this number 50, and although he's still a scrappy player out there, and he's one of their better ones, he was trouble in the very beginning, and now I noticed it, like from the second quarter on, I haven't said a word about him.
They've quieted him down.
I think Costello finally figured him out and has taken care of him.
Shedleski on the keeper. And there's a flag on the play.
That's going to probably go against us.
Personal foul, clipping against the Red Tornadoes. I'm not even sure where that happened, though, Warren. It was way back.
It was on the back side of the play.
Right.
A flipping penalty against the Red Tornadoes. Takes the ball back inside Tornado territory to their own 40.
That's a big loss. That's going to bring up a second, and I don't know how long, 10, 20, second and about 23. I'd say 22, 23 yards. That's a big deficit.
Moves the ball all the way back to the Tornadoes' own 44-yard line. Shedleski hits Greco, finds a gap in there, and Greco carries the ball down to about the 33-yard line. He was down. The Blue Mountain was claiming a fumble, but
he's within a yard of the first down now. Or about a yard, I guess, to go now. That was a big play from
might be a first down.
I don't know. Are they going to measure? Is that what he's doing? Yes, that's what he is doing. He's going to measure it. That was a big play right there, Bob. It really was, with the waning moments of the game here. 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 either way, 3rd down and short. But he might have picked it up.
Just a little short.
Okay.
Short of the first down, brings up a 3rd and inches.
Tornadoes are anxious. Chains are out there, and they have their play called, and they're ready, Warren.
Yeah, they definitely they played well tonight. They did all around. This is a tough team. Remember, this is a team that's 4-4, just like we are. They beat a Crimson Tide team, so they're no slouches. And they're a team that was expected to play better, but I think for the injuries, which occurred in mid-season and kind of slowed them up, they would have had a better record than 4-4 even. So they're not up against any slouches out there. That's
well,
for
no,
sure.
I think we know that right by them beating Pottsville. Even with Pottsville's record, Pottsville was a good team.
Oh, yeah.
Shedleski takes it on the keeper around the right side, and he finds an opening and gets a first down plus more down to about the 19-yard line.
That's what I mean. Right there is where Shedleski pays off, right there. I mean, he really is a heads-up, gutty ball player. He does so many things for you that you don't see, that aren't readily available in your eye, you know what I mean? But he's out there doing them every play, and that's what counts.
4:26 left in the fourth quarter. 18-14 Mount Carmel. Greco on the reverse. Sinkovic brings it around the right side. Good for about 6 or 7 yards.
I think definitely the highlight of this game has got to be the two runners, Sinkovic and Traki. I mean, they were exceptional. They really were. 3 minutes and 53 seconds and counting in this ball game.
Shedleski on the keeper, round the right side, down to about the 5-yard line, and that's going to be another first down. But there is a flag on the play. Personal foul called against the Eagles.
Well, I'll tell you, they had more big penalties than any other team so far this year.
They certainly did.
I'll tell you, I don't know what they're doing out there. That's their third personal foul, which is, I mean, for that kind of play, not a clipping, a personal foul.
Right, just a personal foul.
It's amazing.
Traki. He's down to about maybe the 1-yard line or the goal line.
Number 45, Derek Rasmussen, making a stop. Ball within 6 to go.
Jamin into the tornado lineup for Blasi. Shedleski on the keeper. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
That was fitting. He took the touchdown. He made all the big plays there at the end. It was good to see him get in the end zone. But that's going to make the lead a much more comfortable lead. It goes to 10 points right now with the 2-point conversion coming up. With maybe a 1-point conversion coming
Definitely.
up. Wow, we're going to kick it.
In the snap.
We're going to kick one, so get ready, guys.
This one's good.
You think so?
I can feel it.
All right.
I can feel it right now.
Okay.
Only Fantini's tying the shoe on. Takes his steps back. Snaps back. Kicks up.
He got it. Yeah.
Good.
You were right, Bob.
2:49 left in the ball game. Mount Carmel 25, Blue Mountain 14. Fantini kicking off for the Tornadoes. Gets a nice high one down to about the 14-yard line. Taken by Ratson. Brings it around the right side. Tackle made in there by Belfani and also number 47 of the Tornadoes, Ron Zito. Well, it's down to 2:37, Warren. They need 2 scores.
Well, certainly you're in a much more comfortable position now.
Emmerich back to throw. Looks over the middle. Nice play.
Shedleski again. I'm sorry,
that was
Jamin.
Jamin that time.
I saw the 0.
Nice play by Aaron. Saw the West Hazelton scouts were here, and they only stayed for the first half. That's good. We played a lot better in the second half. Second down and 10. Emmerich back. Blossy Russell, a great play by Blossy on that play. He came charging from his left end position. Also in there was Mazzatesta.
He had him in his sights. Now, Blossy's a kid we watched come of age. I'll tell you, as each game went, he got a little bit better, a little more confident. He's playing tough football out there.
Third down and about 21, 1:53 left in the ball game, and Mount Carmel's going to tuck another win under their hip pocket. Emmerich back to throw again. Kogut in on him this time.
And Kogut got him.
Made by Mike Kogut.
All right, Mike. My man.
Blue Mountain faced with a big fourth down here. It's a long one.
He won't be able to see the goal, the first down marker from where he's at.
For his size, he is fast.
This is when you're on the sidelines and you're a coach, you're trying to think, what do you do with a 4th and 28? You know? And there aren't a lot of options.
Punt. Number 15, Madera back. Lets the punt go in the direction of, looks like Jamin. Gets about a maybe 5-yard run back. We're down to 51 seconds, and this is the time where the Tornadoes will just run it out.
Number 88, Chris Vertice, and 12, Mike Reber.
Yeah, we have to do absolutely nothing right now with 49 seconds left. Run a play and take this win home. Get out of the weather.
Down to 36 seconds. Shedleski hands the ball off to Trockey.
No gain on the play.
Now we're down to 24 seconds, and that'll be the ball game.
Number 41 on the stop, Keith Boyer.
Tell you what, Warren, the Eagles came in here with high expectations of beating the Red Tornadoes. It's one of the few times they've faced us that we were done a down season.
Yeah.
And they really did come in up for the game.
I'm sure they felt this might have been their year to knock us off. That's the ball game.
Well, that wraps up another one. Final score 25 for the Mount Carmel and 14 for Blue Mountain.
Well, it was a good game for Mount Carmel area. Again, they played a tough team, a team that was easily capable of beating them. You know, there's a lot of good talent on that team. I think that the bright spots certainly have to be the two running backs tonight, Trockey and Sinkovich. They were unbelievable. They really were. They had a great game, the both of them. Shedleski, again, you don't see him a lot of times. You don't hear his name a lot, but he's doing all the things that need to be done to win, and that's the key to winning. He's a team leader. Line played fantastic. You look down the road, 2 games left. We play West Hazelton next week away. We go again on the road at Shikellamy in a key contest. Shikellamy an improving team, certainly down the line. A lot of people are saying that they're getting better each game. We are above 500 for the first time this season. Certainly a high water mark for us, and that's a good sign. And we can easily finish 7-4 and salvage a very, very nice season, something proud of. I'm confident right now. I was after last week, and you were the same way.
That's right. One thing we're coming up with here also, Warren, is this is going to be broadcast on Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, Mount Carmel's freshmen are playing Southern Columbia area's freshmen. Southern areas had pep rallies for their freshmen. They think by coming over and beating a Division IIIA school like Mount Carmel, this is like a championship game to them. Southern's freshmen are undefeated. That's just a little bit of sports trivia here.
Well,
Southern's freshmen are undefeated. They have approached me and said they are just going to beat us bad. And I'd just like to see everybody that's out there watching us tonight come down Thursday night, see Mount Carmel take on Southern area for the first time ever between the two schools in football.
I will definitely be there.
That's right.
I didn't know that you're saying.
That's why I would like everybody to know that. We want to get them down here. I think it's a 6 o'clock game. We better check in the paper, but it's probably a 6 o'clock game. It'll be Thursday night. That's November 1st.
Right.
Southern area versus Mount Carmel. First ever in the football meeting. No?
I'm ready.
Okay.
What, the Foreign Legion?
I think the Foreign Legion is telling us it isn't the first ever meeting.
Keep trying to tell them not to butt in during
Did
live
Southern
interviews
play it?
here.
Well, no, go ahead. Did Southern play us before?
Yes.
When?
Back around 1967.
A freshman game.
Oh, obviously none of us were born then except you, and that's how you remember. Oh, you played in it, no less. Oh my, Wayne played in it.
Wayne played in the game, so
that
he
changes
knows.
the complexion of this
Did
conversation
Wayne
completely.
kick in the game? No. Why didn't we? The only thing we wanted to come here, bring him in. Bring him in.
Yeah,
here.
did they have helmets?
Oh, they have them on already. We don't even have to bring them in.
Did they have helmets when that happened? When you played?
Yeah, no face mask.
No face.
The little leather strap across the top.
Yes.
Okay. This is the French Foreign Legion. Everybody knows the
Wayne
French Foreign Legion.
our spotter and a member of the French Foreign Legion who served time last couple of weekends ago. We told you how proud we were of him. Notice the tan he has from the desert. But I think, this Southern Columbia game, I think that's going to be a great game to watch. It really is. They got a great program.
That's right.
Along the lines of our program as far as their freshman and JV teams go. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be here.
Did we win or lose the game?
We won.
We won the game. Okay.
Then we're gonna have
so
to
we're
keep the
1-0.
winning streak.
Right. We have to
1-0.
keep the winning streak going.
Okay.
How come you didn't get to kick the WMIM?
Hey, no programs. What can I say?
Reach. You know what?
We tried.
Should reach down under that table there. There's a pair of kicking shoes. He brought them every
bringing
week.
them every week in case he got a kick.
in
Yeah,
case he
it's,
got the program.
He was ready to go for that car one way or the other.
They're here. The kicking shoes are here. He has them in his pocket. There they are.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the shoe. That shoe in 1967? 69 kicked what? 44 out of 45 out of 54 extra points. Go ahead. How many?
45 out of 54 extra points.
For Mount Carmel area.
The record still holds.
All right.
Do you have any eligibility left, or can you play again at all?
Old age sort of took over.
I wasn't going to say anything, but you brought it up. No problem. I think we're going to wrap this thing up.
Hey, we better wrap this one up. That's it. Mount Carmel, the winner tonight, 25-14. We'll see you next week from West Hazelton. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamar.
And I'm Wayne Brokenshire.
Good night.
Good night.